snowballed on you in the first half. What do you think were some of the main factors in the game getting away from you?
First and foremost, I mean, defense. We were on the field first, and I mean, I don't really have any answers about what happened. I mean, they came out. I mean, they didn't hit us with anything that we haven't seen all week. We felt like we prepared. We felt like we were ultimately, executing our calls very well. But I mean, they were just more. They came ready to play. They came ready to play.
Yeah, offensively, I thought we did a good job early, driving down, had a PI the first play of the game, kind of had some momentum, ended up, missing a throw at that third down to Melquan. But, we just got to convert, once we drive down to the red zone, we either got to score touchdowns or convert field goals. But really, being the quarterback, we got to make sure we score touchdowns.
Yeah, like you said, I think we just got to finish drives. Obviously, getting down in the red zone, getting down, past the 50, we want to put points on the board regardless. So, just finishing drives, keep playing hard. I mean, hey, that's a really good football team. Obviously, they're in the top, whatever they are, 10 for a reason. So, I think we just got to be a better job finishing drives, and, we'll be fine.
Dashaun, obviously you guys have been a really good tackling team all year. And tonight they seem to just break a lot of tackles, and you guys kind of weren't as sharp in that regard. What makes them so tough to tackle?
The running backs, I mean, they got a good lower center of gravity. I mean, there was a lot of times where you felt like they were going down to the ground with you, then you'll look up and they're still getting yards after the carry. And, I mean, defense just didn't execute, gang tackling. And we definitely spoke about that all week. We knew that we had to get multiple bodies on the ball carrier at all times. And, I mean, shout out to Oregon. They got two great running backs that kept coming in and getting the job done, and they kept abusing us. And like I said up front, or just in defense in general, we did not get as many hands on the ball as we would have liked. And, I'm saying, that got showcased tonight or exposed.
Jalin, for you specifically, when you came in at quarterback, you had some success with direct snap runs. What did you see kind of up the middle that allowed you to be able to do that?
They didn't bring a lot of pressure, so I think that, obviously them just kind of standing there waiting to see what's going to happen definitely played in our favor a little bit. Obviously it's good to get different looks in there, get beside whether it's Trenton or me or Scat back there, it's definitely good to get different looks. And I think O-line did a great job. They're going against a really good D-line. They did a really good job in the run game, getting stuff going, and it opened a bunch of gaps for us, and we're successful in the run game because of that.
Yeah, guys, the up and down nature of the season, some success followed by falling back. What's that been like being a part of that? And is that just the first year kind of stuff, do you think?
For me, it's life. There's going to be ups and downs, and it's how you respond. I thought this team did a great job of coming out that second half and competing. It was 42 to 0 something, and we very easily could have, put our heads down and not even came out the second half to compete. But the offense, we came out, we tried to, have some momentum. Defense did a good job. But for us, it's football, but it's life. You're going to learn, you're going to go through tough things, but it's how you respond to that. We got one more game left, and we're excited for that one. We're going to be looking forward to that one. It's a one-game season at this point, and we're going to give it everything we got.
Also, another thing, I don't think it's a point of emphasis to point fingers at anybody, whether to say that it's because of the new coaches and everyone's the first year or all the new players or even the young roster. Since I've been here in May, this team has worked tremendously week in and week out. I feel like I've spoken on this a tremendous amount of times. The season just didn't turn out the way we wanted. We set Camp T together as an entire team, as a brotherhood, and we had dreams and aspirations of what this season was supposed to look like. And obviously, we fell up short tremendously, but there's no finger to point on anyone. Like Trenton said, it's life. We can't control injuries. We can't control, missing guys in certain position rooms that are very key. We can't control some of the games that we end up losing, although you can sit here and say preparation is a little bit more important during the week. But, such things happen, and we just got to learn how to respond and just be better. Trent put it better. It's life.
Just to follow up on that then, is there such a thing as learning how to win with it, or setting the culture or those kinds of things, or do you just, that's not really part of it?
No, I think the coaches do a good job of trying to get us to understand what buy-in means. And I think trying to coach a bunch of people that are literally 18-year-olds is difficult. I mean, guys, I don't think majority of these guys here have gotten recruited by some of the new coaches here. So everyone's trying to come in and understand what is the actual image that's just trying to be built here. And for us to be our first year here, everyone can look at our record and laugh. Everyone can point at us and say we're the laughingstock of the Pac-12. But these guys work. And like I said, I mean, who would try to sit in a room full of majority of 18-year-old kids and trying to tell them that we need to be a program-winning school right now? Good luck with that. And I think just me being the older guy in the room, being able to understand that dynamic, I mean, it kind of helps with the leadership that you see up here. I mean, there are guys that are definitely bought in. There are guys that are capable of showcasing what the coaches want. And again, there's some guys that are more advanced than that, some guys that are just a little bit behind. I don't want to sit here and say age, but it is. And I feel like once the coaches have a true offseason, a true year with the development that they want to do, the buy-in will come. So, I mean, it's just really about time.
Dashaun, with Bo Nix, just what makes him so special, and what allowed him to have so much success in that first half?
Right, especially in the first half. I mean, he came out, hitting all his reads, and it kind of felt like there was times where he was just making calls on his own. I know there was a couple series where they had a couple check with me's, but it didn't seem like he was necessarily looking toward the sideline. I think it was just more so his ability to truly be a mastermind out there, get his O-line to hear what cues they need to pay attention to, get the running back to what side he needs to be on, and then ultimately get the wide receivers the same play call as well. So I think that alone about who Bo Nix is, I mean, he's a field general out there. Got nothing but respect for the guy. I mean, he obviously was controlling the entire game from the first snap to the last snap. And I mean, give respect to where respect is due. And Bo Nix is, I mean, that guy. Respect to him.
Jake Simmer, Thunder Source. Trenton and Jan, you guys obviously were both here last year, and ASU is kind of on pace for the worst back-to-back seasons within the last few years. Just for you guys, how do you guys feel like you guys can tell those younger guys that the progress is being made, even though maybe that record isn't necessarily showing up in these last 2 years?
Yeah, it's not easy. For me personally, to when I came here my freshman year, to say I'd be sitting in this seat, playing against the number 6 team in Oregon and starting, and it's been a journey. But that's kind of like how I said, that's how life is. And so for us, being the older guys, obviously Jalin transferred here, but we're all a family. We're bought into Coach Gillingham's, program. We're bought into working hard and trying to be a good example for the future. But we're gonna get everything we got. And obviously, it's not what we want. We all want to be winners. I still consider us winners. Whether the record's 0-10 or 10-0. We're going to keep doing what we can, and we're super excited for next week.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, winning's hard. Like, it's like going out every 1 week. Obviously, you want to go out and win, but like this, like literally winning is the hardest thing to do. So, like, I mean, obviously going against a team like that, you have to do almost everything perfect, and we didn't do that. Obviously, they're a really good football team for a reason. They did everything. They knew kind of what we were doing. So, but I think for the young guys, just going to go out there and play against them. Like, even in the back half of the game, Keith got his first interception as a true freshman playing. So, like, it's just for guys like that. It's like getting on the field, getting experience. Like, yeah, it sucks. Obviously, we're losing. But if you're getting out there, you're getting to play, you're getting to see what it's like. Like, obviously, you're going to see, like, in the next couple of years, like, what we could do. I mean, I don't even know if there's a program that's ever had a new head coach in their first season and had, like, a crazy good year where they're, winning the pack and stuff like that. No, not to say it's an excuse, but it's just kind of people have to figure out what's going on. We got to get in the vibe. I mean, it's our first year, kind of doing everything new with the whole new offense stuff. So we're trying to figure it out, and we're all playing hard. And we, like you said, we could have quit in those last the second half, really. We could have quit. And we could have just sat down and ran the ball every play and just did whatever we want. But instead, we fought, and I think we won the second half actually. I think, and that was our goal. So. Obviously, it sucks, and, you want to be in the situation, but we got one more, and it's a team we all hate. So, that's kind of what we're going toward now.
Zach Tipton, Burn City Sports. Trenton, when you're the QB on the other sideline watching Bo Nix do what he's doing and perform like that, what's going through your mind? And do you take anything from what he did to maybe help your game in the future?
Yeah, I think Bo Nix does a great job. He's played a lot of college football. He's played, I think this is his 5th year, I believe. So you can see he's comfortable out there. He's been in that system. He's able to make reads, make checks. They have a great offensive line. They've played a lot together. I think this is their 2nd year together. So I think Bo Nix just does a great job of feeling comfortable. He's pretty much another coach out there. But we knew that coming into this game, and, we didn't rattle him the way we wanted to. But like we said, we got to tip our hat to Oregon. They're a great team all around, defense, offense, special teams. And for us, it's just, see what we can do watching film and get better.
This can go for Jalin or Trenton. Blake Neiman, Cronkite Sports, with next week being the Territorial Cup and Arizona being a ranked team, faced several ranked teams you guys have faced this season. How much extra emphasis does that add to, this being the final game of the season and, being able to try and play spoiler to that?
Yeah, I think, for us, it's the last game. Obviously, it's a team down south. They've had a good year. But for us, it's really just going to look in the mirror, see what we can do. Make sure, yes, it's a big game, but we want to make sure it's not too big of a game. But we know we got to control what we can, and we got to give it everything we got. But this is the last one. This is our last game. There's no bowl game for us. We knew that going into this season. So this is our bowl game. This is our chance to send out the seniors the right way and to make sure we come home with a victory.
Yeah, I mean, whether they're number one team of the country or the last team, we want to go kick their ass. I mean, that's kind of the MO of us for U of A. I mean, obviously, it's whatever, Arizona Super Bowl, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, we're all going into this week knowing what we want to do, what we want to get accomplished. And, obviously, they're a good football team. They've been well coached. They've done a good job. But I don't care if we've lost 0 games or whatever, or lost, well, I said 0, my bad. Lost every single game. This game's going to be competitive regardless. We're all going to go out there, obviously, get chippy. It's going to be how it is. It's going to be how it is every year. But, we all have a goal, going this week. Obviously, it's put everything behind us at this point and go play this one-game season and go finish out the season 1-0. So that's kind of our mentality going in this week.
Jonah Krell, Cronkite Sports. For any of you guys, after the loss against Utah, you guys completely turned it around and flipped the script. Is there anything that you can take away from that week and the preparation from that week, maybe mindset-wise, that you can take into this week coming after such a blowout loss?
I think just from the defense perspective, I think one thing that we did specifically after the Utah loss was honestly look ourselves in the mirror. I mean, there was a lot of plays that we truly left on the floor, and it was honestly very frustrating. Honestly, sit in the meeting rooms to just watch that. And I think we had another good week of honest Monday. And we got to sit there and be real with ourselves. We can't be BSing and trying to find a shortcut way. People played terrible today. Let's just call it what it is. People play terrible, and we got to be able to sit in the meeting rooms and watch that. We got to be able to sit in the meeting rooms and hear Coach yell at us. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a thing about maturity. We understand that we got to get back to work. The season isn't over. We have one more game left. Something we can't roll over. We got to wake up, or everyone has to get treatment tomorrow and wake up Monday morning ready to go and go sit in the meeting room and prepare to get yelled at or just prepare to get coached. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. We're in the business of entertainment, and we understand that every game is going to be perfect. So these are the hidden things that people don't really care about. It's not necessarily about wins and losses. It's how you can recruit. And I think we've done a good job of at least trying to understand what that means here. And I think Monday is just going to be another stepping stone of what the culture is going to be in the future here. And we got to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah. For me, it's just we've had 2 games now where we won a game, then we go in the next week and, be blunt, and we got embarrassed. And, going into this next week, obviously, it's like I said multiple times, it's U of A, it's the team down south, it's the game that everybody in Arizona is going to come watch. So if you can't get up for this game because we just got our tail whooped, then you shouldn't be, we shouldn't be in that locker room. Honestly, anyone on the team that, can't get up the next week because we just got our ass whooped is, they shouldn't come out and play for us on Saturday. So, obviously, all of us up here, we're going to try to do a good job of, just practicing hard this week and, getting everything ready we need to do because, like I said, we got one game left. It's a 1-0 situation or 0-1 situation. So we're going to go out there, play as hard as we can. I know Trenton and Dashaun are going to prepare their tails off. I'm going to prepare my tail off. Coach Dilly's going to have a really good plan coming this next game. So I'm excited. It's the last game of the season, so, go finish out on top.